Every year, hundreds of construction workers die, and thousands more are injured, many seriously, in falls from heights. Each year, homeowners have to climb their roofs for various reasons, and they do it without any of the protection that professionals are required to use. As a result, many ordinary people like you become statistics. The losses, both personal and financial, are staggering. But why don't more homeowners use fall protection? Fall protection has been too costly and too complicated until now. Guardian Fall Protection introduces the first professional quality fall protection system designed specifically for the homeowner. The Rooftop Safety Kit. Now homeowners have within their reach a simple and economic solution. This video is meant to be a supplement to the written instruction booklet, also in your Rooftop Safety Kit. It's important for you to watch this video and read the instruction booklet in their entirety before installation and use of your kit. Make sure that you understand all instructions thoroughly before using this product. The Rooftop Safety Kit is designed to provide fall restraint for one person per kit. Do not use the rope or any of the kit components for purposes other than personal rooftop fall protection, as written or shown by the Guardian material. The Rooftop Safety Kit comes with everything you need for tie-off on a house roof, with a ridge line of up to 50 feet long. For roofs with longer ridge lines, you'll need to install additional rigid anchors, which are available separately. Each Rooftop Safety Kit includes an instructional video, a pair of black safety glasses, a universal fit harness, a vertical lifeline, the patented rigid anchor for permanent installation, and the temper anchor for temporary installation. Safety glasses must be worn at all times when working in construction, and being a homeowner is no exception. The vertical lifeline includes a 50-foot safety line or lifeline, a heavy-duty safety rope that resists cuts and abrasions, an attached positioning device, and an attached 18-inch lanyard. The vertical lifeline connects the rigid anchor to the body harness. The patented rigid anchor is an easy-to-install permanent anchor that will not damage the roof. It is made of stainless steel, and its discreet design sits under the ridge cap. The rigid anchor is meant to be permanently attached to your roof. Installation of your rigid anchor is simple and easy. In most cases, the only tools you'll need are a ladder, a hammer, and a tape measure. And depending on the roof type you have, perhaps some caulking and roofing nails. The temper anchor is a temporary anchor and built to be dismantled for multiple use. It is easily installed with screws or nails. The temper anchor is made of durable steel construction and fits up to a 12 by 12 roof pitch. Like the rigid anchor, the temper anchor is simple and easy. The only tools needed in most cases are a ladder, a hammer, and a tape measure, and depending on the roof type you have, perhaps some caulking and roofing nails. Remember, you won't have secure fall protection until installation is complete. We cannot stress enough the importance of exercising extreme caution during the installation process. You definitely want to keep away from the edges of your roof and avoid steep inclines. If your roof is wet or slick, postpone your installation. Because your life will depend on the rooftop safety system during use, inspect the components for readiness before putting them on. Check for anything that might affect their ability to sustain the stress of a fall. If you see any sign of deterioration, or if any component doesn't function properly, do not use that item. Replace it immediately. Now it's time for the universal fit harness. You want to be able to hook up to the anchor right away once you're on the roof. That's why you put the harness on while you're still on the ground. The harness is meant to fit fairly tight on the user, yet still allow freedom of movement. You have upper and lower adjustments to make sure that the harness is optimized for your size and shape. The dorsal D-ring should always remain between your shoulder blades. This way, if a fall occurs, the harness will keep you upright. For this reason, adjust the front straps and the chest straps to get rid of any slack and keep the chest strap at chest level. These adjustments are made by moving the coupling up or down. For the lower harness adjustments, you work with the leg straps, buckles, and receivers. The leg straps need to run along the inside of the sub-pelvic strap, across the buttocks. They should be snug yet allow comfortable movement. Your rigid anchor is easy to install. Make sure that the rigid anchor is at least 10 feet in from the gable of the roof. When installing multiple anchors, the maximum spacing between two anchors is 20 feet apart. When you've decided on the best location for your anchor, you're ready to install it. Locate the roofing truss or rafter and carefully remove the covering ridge material. Set them aside. You'll be using them again in a few minutes. Now center the rigid anchor over the truss or framing member. Next, pound the 8 provided nails, which are 16D galvanized, through the 8 pre-drilled holes along the rigid anchor. It's best to angle the nails inward for firm penetration into the truss or rafter. Now reinstall the ridge material that you set aside over the rigid anchor. Only the rigid anchor's D-rings should be visible. If necessary, you can use roof caulking compound or common roofing nails to resecure the loose material. That's all there is to it. The rigid anchor is installed, and you're ready for tie-off. The vertical lifeline allows you to move about the roof safely. However, please remember to keep away from the edges of your roof and avoid steep inclines. The snap hook end attaches to the rigid anchor. If your roof has multiple anchors, use the one best located for the task at hand. Make sure to connect your lifeline to the D-ring on the side of the roof where your work is. The connector attaches to the dorsal D-ring of your harness. This section of the lifeline is called the rope grab. Let's take a closer look at how its cam lock works. Squeeze the rope grab to release the cam lock using an upward motion. Now let go of the rope grab. A downward pull will engage the locking mechanism. The harder you pull in a downward motion, the tighter it locks. That's how the device stops a fall. The other function of the rope grab is to adjust the working length of your lifeline. While keeping the lifeline tight, squeeze the rope grab and move to where you'll be working. Once you reach that point, release the rope grab and it locks to that position on the lifeline. Remember to get rid of any slack. If you allow slack in your line and a fall occurs, you'll be subject to significantly greater impact because of the added speed and distance you'll travel before the fall is arrested. That's why you want to adjust the lifeline for minimal slack whenever you move to a new spot. Do not work more than 10 feet to the side of the anchor. Concentration and caution are extremely important because you're in a high place without the benefit of fall protection during that brief period. Sometimes you'll find it necessary to move to the other side of the roof. When switching to the other side, adjust your rope grab to be within 6 feet of the rigid anchor. And when your footing is secure, change the snap hook to the other D-ring. Likewise, when switching anchors, adjust your rope grab to within 6 feet. Unhook the snap hook at the anchor end only, and roll up the remaining lifeline so that it's easy and safe to carry. Carefully walk to the safest location close to the other rigid anchor and reattach the lifeline snap hook. When your rooftop tasks are complete, unhook the snap hooks from the rigid anchor. Still wearing the harness and carrying the lifeline, carefully proceed to your passage down. Here again, stay focused, because once you're unhooked from the rigid anchor, you're no longer protected from the dangers of a fall. Remember, the Guardian Fall Rooftop Safety Kit is a highly effective piece of personal protective equipment, the same equipment worn by professionals. Therefore, you need to care for this equipment professionally. First of all, only put away the components if they're dry. If they're wet, hang the harness and lifeline up to dry and wipe down the rope grab with a cloth or towel. Store the components in a dry place away from direct sunlight where they won't be misused or confused with other equipment. No matter who you are, professional or homeowner, you face the same hazards when working at heights. Don't become a statistic. Use the Guardian Fall Protection Rooftop Safety Kit as directed. Remember the information in this video and be safe. If you have any questions regarding the installation, use, or application of the Rooftop Safety Kit that are not addressed in this video or in the instruction booklet, visit our website at www.guardianfall.com.